Hello and welcome to my channel today, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're reading part 3 of the story I'm writing called Reptile Ethics and Standards. So please like and subscribe to this channel. The red light stayed on, not just glowing, burning as if the very act of recording had become something sacred or dangerous. Static whispered through the speakers. But it wasn't empty anymore. It carried fragments, voices, echoes, things that didn't belong to Elijah's world. Selection, evolution, corruption. Elijah studied himself, gripping the edge of the desk. All right, he said into the mic, voice tighter now. If this is still live, then we're continuing because clearly the rules just changed. Behind him, the room continued to warp into something between a studio and a living ecosystem of energy and shadow. The entities, Lumina Blossom, Majestic Blossom, Abyssal Thistle, Energetic Eclipse, remained watching like guardians or judges. And Jean Lafayette stood at the center of it all, composed as ever. But then a new sound, not a whisper, a footstep, slow, measured, confident. Jean's expression shifted for the first time, just slightly. So, he murmured, he's decided to arrive. From the far end of the studio, where the walls no longer fully existed, a figure emerged from what looked like fractured space itself. The air bent around him like glass under pressure. Tall, impeccably dressed, but unlike Jean, there was no calm curiosity in his presence. Only precision, only control. Elijah Carter, the man said, his voice smooth but cutting. You've caused quite a disruption. Elijah blinked. Okay, who are you supposed to be? The man adjusted his cuffs slightly, as if irritated by the chaos around him. Colin D. Pinsey, he replied, and I'm here to correct an imbalance. Dr. Lynn whispered under her breath. Another one? Jean let out a soft chuckle. Colin, always arriving when things become interesting. Colin's eyes flickered toward Jean. You mistake instability for interest. And you mistake control for order, Jean countered. The tension between them was immediate and immense. Elijah looked between the two. Okay, I'm clearly missing context here. You opened a channel, Colin interrupted. One that connects your world to multiple others, each governed by different biological, metaphysical, and evolutionary standards. He glanced briefly at the entities surrounding them. To them, he continued, your decisions about reptile breeding are primitive reflections of far more dangerous practices. Abyssal Thistle let out a low, almost amused hiss. Energetic Eclipse spoke next, voice layered with dual tones. Dangerous or necessary. Colin didn't react. They alter reality through selective creation, he said flatly. They refine existence itself, and now your word has become visible to them. Eliza's stomach dropped. You're saying we're next? Jean tilted his head. Not necessarily. Colin shot him a sharp look. Do not downplay this. Jean stepped closer to Elijah, his voice quieter now. There are those, he said, who believe your word should remain untouched, observed perhaps, but not influenced. And others, Elijah asked. Jean's faint smile returned. Who see potential? The room paused again, this time more violently. The glowing plant like patterns along the walls, began to shift, mutating, reshaping into unfamiliar forms. Dr. Lynn's voice trembled. That's not just visual distortion. Something's changing. Colin turned sharply toward the phenomenon. Yes, he said. The bridge is stabilizing. Elijah blinked. That sounds bad. It is, Colin replied. Suddenly the monitors flickered to life, not showing the studio, but something else entirely. A massive, unfamiliar landscape. Creatures moved within it, reptilian, but far beyond anything found on Earth. Their forms shimmered, with unnatural patterns, their bodies adapting in real time. Words where morphs are not cosmetic, Colin said. They are survivor. Majestic Blossom stepped forward. Her voice calm but firm. And words where imbalance destroys everything. Silence fell for a moment. Then Elijah somehow found his footing again. He leaned into the mic. So let me get this straight, he said. We started with a conversation about reptile standards, and now we're talking about entire realities, shaped by selective breeding and evolution. He looked at Jean, then at Colin, then at the beings surrounding him. And all of you are here because of this podcast? Jean gave a slight nod. Colin didn't. Yes, Jean said. No, Colin corrected. We are here because he made it matter. Elijah exhaled slowly. The red light blinked. Still live, still broadcasting to somewhere. Then I guess, Elijah said, voice steadier now. We don't just talk about standards anymore. He looked directly at Colin D. Pinsey. We define them. For the first time, Colin smiled, but it wasn't reassuring. Be careful, he said quietly, because in my word, defining standards is how wars begin. The studio trembled again. The bridge was no longer just open, it was growing, and whatever was on the other side was getting closer. Thank you for watching this video, and peace out to the next one.